What if a game forced you to feel the true weight of war, or just the weight of pointing your gun towards someone? There are quite a few games that put this kind of weight on your shoulders, but there's one specific game that I have in mind: Spec Ops The Line. Imagine finding some of the most gripping stories about war, guilt, and trauma, not in films or novels, but in video games. Games that make you face impossible choices, confront overwhelming guilt, and grapple with psychological scars that most of us can hardly begin to understand. Modern life is already a 24/7 test of our emotional stability, and emotions are a fundamental part of human characteristics and are intertwined with social meanings and shared public practices. But this game isn't just about shock value. A game like Spec Ops The Line, and also Silent Hill 2, and specifically the remake one, are kinda empathy machines, making you truly feel the consequences of trauma, grief, and moral injury. And how this can affect us has been kind of backed up by psychological researches, showing how these experiences can make us more empathetic, self-aware, etc., and maybe even better people. In the game Spec Ops The Line, a Delta Force team is sent to a sandstorm in Dubai, revealing a descent into violence and psychological torment. This game uses choices and consequences to impact the player's psyche. Unlike traditional shooters, the game isn't just about victory, it's about the consequences of all the violence involved. But why use video games to explore such heavy themes? Well, first off, because in this case, this isn't just about winning, or having fun, or having a fun experience, or escaping reality, and stuff like that. It's about making you feel. So why don't games dive into these emotional depth kind of things more often? The beauty of these games lie in the way they force us to engage with complex and, let's be honest, uncomfortable emotions. We are not just watching these characters suffer, we are experiencing it first-handedly. And so here enters Dr. Catherine Esbister, a leading researcher in human-computer interactions and game design. One of her notable works is How Games Move Us, Emotion by Design, where she examines the role of games in creating emotionally engaging experiences that allow players to connect deeply with the characters and stories they encounter. According to Dr. Esbister, these story-driven experiences, they act as empathy machines, putting us in the other people's shoes so vividly that we actually feel their pain. She also has co-authored a fascinating study published in, well, I'm not gonna try to read that looked at how games are crafted to evoke emotional responses through player interactions and design choices. These all fit into Dr. Esbister's larger aim to deepen our understanding of how interactive experiences, especially games, can convey complex, relatable emotions and foster empathy by letting players step into new perspectives. So someone like Walker, his descent isn't just shocking, it's full-on moral gut punch that sticks with you. That's because we are right there with him. There's no convenient escape, well, unless you quit the game, no easy way out of his choices. And the game forces us to confront that reality just as much as he does. On another note, according to Dr. Rachel Covert's book Video Game and Well-Being, video game mechanics and narratives can foster valuable psychological skills, such as emotional resilience, flexible thinking, and mindfulness. Covert's research also suggests that the deep emotional and moral immersion offered by games is a form of emotional rehearsal. So essentially, when players experience something like James's guilt in Silent Hill 2 or Walker's moral unraveling in Spec Ops, they are given a safe virtual space to process complex emotions, helping them better understand and work through their own emotional states. By facing these traumas and moral ambiguities virtually, we are also engaging with our own emotional challenges, things we might avoid or ignore otherwise. Dr. Cowart's findings suggest that, in a way, these games are almost therapeutic. They let us confront heavy feelings, making it easier to talk about these topics in real life as well. So the gaming experience opens our minds to the complexities of these experiences. When video games deal with themes like grief, trauma, and mental health, they actually help us to make these topics more approachable. Dr. Coward argues games tackling trauma aren't just good storytelling, they're crucial for mental health. When players experience these raw emotions, they are more likely to see mental health struggles as normal and relatable, rather than stigmatized. Other examples could be This War of Mine and Hellblade to pick up this thread, showing mental health struggles not as something to be hidden, but as something to be explored and understood and even shared. Games become more and more experiences well just in video games. They are a bridge to empathy and a catalyst for real-world conversations. If games have the power to make us feel this deeply and to help us heal, then we need more of them, because games are so much more than a way to pass the time. They are one of the most powerful tools we have to understand ourselves and each other. For us, the players dealing with our own mental health struggles, it can be affirming to see some experiences represented, reminding us that we are not alone.
What is going on?
Gentlemen, welcome to Dubai.
So do you guys agree with what I say, or do you think you can add something better? Do you think I overstepped in some areas? I would love to know your opinions in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Stay safe, bye bye!